Hey guys, Cell here, and welcome to the first episode of Lost Belt 1 Permafrost Empire Anastasia. We are 4 days from being able to continue the epilogue of Guda Guda. So, we are taking our sweet time of that many hours to get as far deep into Anastasia as we possibly can that my computer can actually hold on the hard drive, where I can still actually edit videos. Because if I record too much and I can't edit them, then that's where things become a problem. And so our history came to an end. It's been 90 days since the invasion from space began. In that time, the entire planet has been wiped clean. We've been fighting back for 3 months, 3 long, arduous months. Every single attempt ended in failure. Of course they did. We had all kinds of security measures in place to deal with other countries, but we were completely unprepared for an invasion from outer space. The United States fought hard to the last man, but even so, they only lasted a matter of days. With no other options left to them, all the few remaining humans could do was stand by and stare around, dumbfounded at the endless stretch of nothingness. Everyone resigned themselves to the fact that each passing day could well and truly be their last. But not me. I just couldn't let it end like this. So I turned my back on the campsite and walked away like a petulant child, casting a deaf ear to the people offering up their final prayers. Before me I saw a vast wasteland of endless white. Any trace of humanity had been erased. We no longer had any hope for survival, let alone of turning the tide. Nothing we tried had even the slightest effect. In this wasteland, I searched through old records like a raccoon pawing through garbage. I managed to find an old motorcycle with barely enough fuel for a one-way trip, and began riding across a blinding white wasteland. It's just nothing about this makes sense. There's so many unanswered questions. If I'm going to die, I at least want to know why. I can accept an alien invasion. I can even accept the end of the world. But I can't accept not knowing why they invaded us or how. The invasion lasted a good 90 days. There must have been some sign leading up to it. Someone must have seen this coming. Or maybe someone knew this was coming and decided to let it happen. How did the invaders first make their way to Earth to begin with? Someone needs to figure at least that much out, or humanity will never be able to rest in peace. So I'll keep exploring until I find a lead, some sort of clue that could lead me to the answers I seek. This recording must just be me talking to myself, but still, there's every chance that this is the last document remaining on Earth. My name is David Blue Book. I'm an oddball setting off on the last trip of his life, searching for answers in a world where I'll be lucky to see tomorrow. Researcher's Log, 2018. 18 hours have passed since the events we observed in New Mexico. At last, Subject E has been relocated to this base. Honestly, I can barely contain my excitement. This is the biggest thing to happen since the Roswell UFO incident in 1947. I have no idea how it ended up making an emergency landing on this planet, and I don't care. What I do know is that our visitor is at death's door and needs our help, if it's going to survive. I also know that it is an intelligent life form and is nothing like us humans. Its form beggars belief. Thank goodness for the boundless capacity of the human imagination. This visitor from a distant world looks exactly like the sort of thing one would see in a horror movie. My orders are to perform surgery on this new friend from beyond the stars to save its life and hopefully establish communication. I'm literally trembling with excitement. My entire staff and I are eager to begin our work. This will be a difficult operation, but we will save it. This will be, by far, the most fulfilling work I've ever done. How could I not see that it succeeds? My only regret is that I won't be able to share these discoveries with the outside world. This project is as classified as they come, and who knows if it will ever be disclosed to the public. Until then, we must continue to nurse it back to health, in secret here in this underground facility. It is here that I must study the strange new life form. These tree roots come to life. So who exactly is being healed? Intro 1, no battles. But we get St. Quartz, so I am all for it. Ooh, what's this? These are the other masters. It has been 90 days, 3 full months since the Tree of Emptiness took root. The world has been successfully rewritten with the Lost Spells. The felling theoretical phenomenon is complete. Let us take a moment to celebrate this milestone. None of this would have been possible without each of your devoted efforts. You're giving way too much credit. Kishtaria, none of us has done anything worth celebrating yet. The foreign god did all the work, invading and rewriting history and the world and all that. And all we've done is keep our Lost Spell Kings in good spirits. The real work's only just starting, yeah? You don't get it, Beryl. Stabilizing the Lost Spells and growing the tree are one in the same. Lord Kishtaria is telling us to devote ourselves to maintaining our contracts with the Lost Spell servants. Particularly masters like you who treat this as some kind of game. Whoa, easy there, Ophelia. Looks really care and kill when you're the one giving them. That aside, Lord Kishtaria, huh? Changed a bit since you woke up, haven't you? Don't worry, I won't give you too much shit about that. I get why you'd want to cling to someone under the circumstances. But as long as we're on the subject, let me make something clear here. I've never been more serious in my life. We already died once. Think I don't know better than to treat this like a game. This foreign god person might have resuscitated us this time, but I don't see that happening a second time. So you better believe that I want to get things taken care of while I'm still kicking. After all, can only enjoy stealing and killing while you're alive, don't you agree, David? You cannot experience the sensation that accompanies methodical killing from the confines of the coffin. Happily, our respective regions are quite primitive, so we are afforded plenty of opportunities for that experience now. You said it. They keep coming at us, practically begging us to kill them. Not a lot of time to screw around, huh? I see. I feel sorry for your lost spells. So yeah, East 1 is in control of one lost spell, Kadok. What's the matter, Kadok? Pero is his usual self, but you seem a bit off. What's bothering you? You look just dreadful. Oh my. Those bags under your eyes. Have you not been sleeping? Or is it just that you're under a lot of stress? Both. Never mind me. I'm doing what I'm supposed to. I'm sorry, you know I can't do that, Kadok. If you really want me to leave you be, then at the very least I need to see a smile from you. How could I not be sad seeing a friend so down in the dumps? I can't help worrying about you, whatever you might think on the subject. Understand, if you really want to be alone, you need to be strong enough to handle it. And if you're letting your stress show like that, then you clearly aren't. Why not try reliving a bit of that stress with a bit of fun? Relieving. The suggested win points for originality, but how about some tea? I found some great tea leaves here in my own lost belt. I'd be happy to let you have some. I bet the Grand Duchess would be delighted as well. None of your business, I swear. You just don't change no matter what happens, do you, Pepe? Oh, flattery will get you everywhere. I must say, that wasn't bad, Kadok. I'm not praising you. That was an insult. Sheesh, how come you're not telling this guy not to treat this like a game, Ophelia? Pepperoncino's different. He's always like this. Exactly, he doesn't listen to what people tell him. Let's think about that weird nickname he picked for himself. He's a dyed-in-the-wool optimist, or maybe a natural-born outlaw. Either way, you don't want to see him get serious, you know. He'd only ever show his true colors if the shit really hit the fan, like the apocalypse or something. Actually, scratch that, maybe not even then. No more wasting our time. Kishtaria, what did you want to talk about? You've already reported in about our lost spells. Mine isn't fit for territory expansion. I have no intention of competing with the rest of you. If you want to fight over who gets to rule this planet, knock yourselves out. Did I not already tell you all this? You think we buy that? You can't just shut yourself away and sit this one out, Akuta. In the end, we're going to have to choose a single lost belt. If you give up on expanding your lost belt's territory, it'll just be a matter of time until another lost belt invades it. You really want to lose just by default. You're okay with that? Yes, I am, and if my lost belt ends up disappearing, I'm fine with that too. This time, I just want to stay there right up to the end. As long as I'm satisfied, I'll go along with the rest of the cryptors. So you don't give a shit about this power struggle thing, huh? I can't blame you. We all know who's gonna win anyway. Custodius could beat all of ours put together with one hand tied behind its back. This whole game to figure out who's gonna be the king of the earth has been rigged from the start. I mean, you should see how bad Might and David's lost belts are. There's just no way these are possibilities for how humanity would turn out. But there's not a damn thing wrong with Kishtardia's lost belt. Hell, things might even be better there than in proper human history. No fair, right? I swear, he was already the favorite to win before we even got started. No accounting for the luck of a born nobleman, huh? Well, hold your tongue. Lord Kishtaria conquered that city entirely on his own merits. Why else do you think he has no fewer than 3 divine spirits? You will hold your tongue as well, Ophelia. Beryl is not incorrect. But it's all right. It is plain to all that I will emerge the victor. No comments about how I go about claiming my inevitable victory will change that. Now then, hologram or not, I did not call you all here today to go over your lost belt's growth. An hour ago, one of my servants foretold the appearance of a spirit origin graph in a round circle. The spirit origin graph belongs to Chaldea, while the round circle no doubt refers to Marsh Kiriraito's shield. This means they are finally about to re-emerge from void space following their escape from Antarctica. So they're still alive even after 3 whole months spent wandering void space. I see, and after Koyanskaya went to all that trouble to have the Mages Association appoint a new director who should have been easy to manipulate. Perhaps you made the wrong choice, Wadim. My servant could have destroyed the entire base, you know. No, our plan was the best option available. Chaldea's defenses may not have been airtight, but they were formidable nonetheless. In order for us to take control, it was necessary to convince Chaldea to let us in willingly, by disguising ourselves as staff, and then shut down Chaldeus from within. Had we done things differently, the Chaldeans would simply have re-shifted away and stopped us. Koyanskaya's plan was well conceived. With the benefit of hindsight, the only issue is the fact that a certain servant did not act of their own accord. That is hardly Kadok's fault. After all, the 3 servants who served as the foreign god's envoys. Neither the priest nor Koyanskaya were our own. So, do you know where the Chaldeans are going to show up? Lamentably, my servants' predictions did not reach that far into the future. All I know is that they will emerge in a matter of hours. That's it. So what, we're just supposed to get back to our posts and each keep an eye out for her. They'll emerge in Russia, inside the Lost Belt. How do you know that? Simple logic. How else? The only thing they know about Earth is as it is now. The identities of the servants who attacked Chaldea. That's the only possible connection for emerging from void space. For them, the Oprishniki are both a threat and a means to determine their destination. Not wrong. So it all comes down to retribution, huh? We got them good, so now they want to get us back. Which means they'll be gunning for me first and foremost. Perhaps anyway. If they are the kind of people to seek revenge, that will make them easier to deal with. Out for vengeance, huh? Man, that's rough. I doubt you'll be able to talk your way out of that one. I know, how about I help you out, Kadok? You don't really go in for all that rough and tumble stuff, do you? If you want, I can play teacher for you, show you how it's done. Hard pass. Stick to your own lost belt. I get enough faux big brother shit from Pepe. Oh, come on. I really am concerned for you, you know. Besides, Peperoncino is more like an old man than a big bro. But fine. If you're set on doing this yourself, I can respect that. Good luck handling this yourself, Kadok. Go show the Grand Duchess what you're made of. Just don't push yourself too hard, alright? If things start looking dicey, don't be afraid to bail. We're just competing, we're not enemies. But we got no use for a crypto who's lost a lost spelt. If you just want to live out your life in peace, nobody's gonna stop you, right, Rodin? Kadok, as you know, we have all consented to a non-aggression pact. As cryptos, our goal is to expand our respective Lost Spelt territories. Eventually, our Lost Spelt's borders will clash, and one will inevitably be consumed. Thus will the Lost Spelt with the strongest foundation of humanity feed upon the weaker ones. But it is in that clash, and only in that clash, that a crypto may interfere with another crypto's Lost Spelt. If Chaldea does appear in Russia, then it falls to the King of Russia's Lost Spelt to deal with them. Our duty is the reconstruction of humanity within our Lost Spelts, to build a world where humans and gods can once more coexist in harmony. Now that the Foreign Gods invasion has ended, the task of disposing of Chaldea is extraneous at best. It is at this stage nothing more than a chore. Still, I suppose I must admit that they remain a hindrance. They do have a great deal of experience overturning worlds. No kidding. Kadok, I look forward to seeing what you are capable of. Eliminate this nuisance and grow Russia's tree as quickly as you can. Succeeding in the latter should make the former markedly easier. For my part, I would like to see all the Lost Spelts realize their full potential. For each is the potential of humanity itself. It would be a travesty for one of them to end before its history has had a chance to flourish. You don't have to tell me. I'm here to win as much as any of you. This is where I sign off. If Chaldea is coming for me, I'll be there to greet them. Sure thing. I'm going to head back to the throne as well. My king's thirst for exploration and conquest is insatiable. There's no telling what sort of trouble he might get into if I leave him alone for too long. Right then, I'll be off as well. Let me know if Russia sends out an SOS. Alright, I must say though, you certainly seem happy about this barrel. You must get off on seeing Kadok struggling. Now, what sort of heartless bastard do you take me for, Peperoncino? I'm actually worried about him, you know. I was only an only child, so I'd like to think of him as a little brother I never had. Why would I want to see him die? I just want to be a good big brother and look out for him. Besides, I'm thrilled to hear that he's still alive. I haven't been this happy since I first broke into the ICU. Dr. Roman kicked me out before we could have a bit of fun together back then. But now there's no one left to get in the way. Have fun with that. Oh, this prick better not be trying to do anything with Marsh. This prick better not be trying anything, or else I will kill him personally myself. Goodness me, I don't know what we're going to do about him. Anyway, I'd best be signing off too. Something doesn't seem right on my end either. But while you're here, David, there's something I'd like to ask you about regarding my report. What do you think about the cube in my Lost Spelt? I have a little information to go on. Do you still want my thoughts? Of course, I would so love to hear your assessment. I think that thing is your Achilles heel. The weakest of weak points for you and your Lost Spelt. If Odim or I had your Lost Spelt, that'd be the first thing we got rid of. But in your particular case, Peperoncino, I would leave it alone, that's just who you are. I see, then maybe I'll wait and see how it goes. Though personally, I'd love to cut it out now. Alright, I'm signing off. Our next meeting's the next month from now, yes. See you then. Each of the other cryptos has returned to their posts. Are you sure this is for the best, Lord Kirstadia? Truthfully, I doubt Kadok is up to the task of maintaining Russia's lost belt. The Russian king's spirit origin strength is on par with the divine spirit servant. You may be able to control him, Lord Kirstadia, but there is no way Kadok can. And if the remnants of Chaldea show up there and start making trouble, there's no telling what might happen to Russia's lost belt.
Are you worried about Kadok's lost belt? Maybe destroyed before it can become food for the others, Ophelia.
No, it's not that. It's just the way he was behaving left me with a bad feeling. And there are times when he prioritizes the Grand Duchess's wishes over our objective.
So his rather ordinary nature has backfired. Very well, you do have a point. Canis, it is time to make use of your sea-crossing authority. You will head for Russia and observe Kadok's actions. If he has indeed turned his back on our mission, you will see to his punishment.
Oh, dang! She looks nice. Are you kidding me, Master? You're really sending me, the great Canis, out to do your housework keeping? And all that because this woman won't leave you alone. What sort of heroic spirit do you take me for?
A trustworthy one, naturally. You may be coarse, but that is only your pride. And since I have bested you in combat fair and square, I know you will not renege on your promise to me. Nor will you renounce your previous statements depending on the situation, unlike the gods. Unless I am mistaken, and you are in fact just as fickle as they are.
Always got something to say, don't you, human? What a pompous, weak-kneed, pretentious scumbag. Fine, I'll be your little lapdog, but if you think I'm gonna forget about this humiliation, you got another thing coming. My luck, no, the gods' luck must have run out the day I've lost to you. You want me to babysit the situation with humans struggling to fight back? Fine, I will. I can't believe you're using Canis. The divine spirit is nothing more than an envoy. Are you sure about sending Canis away like this? Lord Kirstadia, isn't she a bodyguard?
It is of no consequence. This is why I made a contract with Canis in the first place. I trust him to be my eyes.
Wait, Canis is a guy? But, was that muscle or plot? Am I blind? I don't know.
From here on, I will be having him monitor the continent. I will also have him stop by your lost belt as well. I advise you to take caution when he does. As you know, he is not overly fond of women like yourself. If you offend him, he may just end up erasing your lost belt, king and all.
I'm not so sure about that. My lost belt's king is certainly a deal more subdued than Rush's, yes. However, her power is easily a match for divine spirits. On top of that, I have the strongest knight ever to live in my charge. I can't imagine either of them having anything to fear, even from the divine spirit Canis.
I see. Then I suppose I need say nothing more. The fate of your lost belt will have an impact on mine as well. If possible, I would prefer that our respective lost belts be the last two remaining in our competition. Our victory may be inevitable, but some manners of winning are better than others, and my victory must want for nothing. I expect great things from you, Ophelia. I need as many capable compatriots as possible.
Yes, Lord Kirstadia. I promise I won't let you down.
The roots of cosmic fantasy have descended upon us. The advent of the foreign god is at hand. After 3 months, the lost belts have finished their rewrites. Both this planet and the next generation of human history now belong to us. But that is not enough. I will not be satisfied with that alone. The sages from proper human history abandoned humans in their naivete. He who called himself the King of Mages first pitied humanity, but soon washed his hands of them. But not me. I will never relax my grip. It has been 2,000 years since mystics disappeared, when the foundations of the world were passed on to mankind. Now I will attempt to reach a world that no sages ever could. I will attempt to enact an idea that no mage has ever been conceived. Just you watch. Marty's birdie on Hemisphere. Watch I achieve what you only ever dare or dream of.
Yeah, you suck. Oh, hello. It's Spirit again. Well, that was an interesting intro. Empire of Beasts. No battles? Wait, what? Why in the bloody freaking hell is there a red chest? There's no freaking way we're getting a grail at the beginning of this, right? Section 1, Lost Spelt Empire of Beasts. There we go. Damn, it's really getting bad out here, but I can still smell 3 of them. If I don't take them out now, I'll starve to death this winter for sure. Guess I'll just have to hang in there a little longer. Damn, it's a crucial shot. Damn it, too little. Die, die! Go to hell! Damn it, what a waste. Damn, now its brains are leaking out. Guess it's time to pack it in. Damn it, I'm so hungry. I really don't want to starve to death. Well, was that an earthquake? Was that one of the big guys? If it was, I guess I won't have to worry about starving to death. God damn it, it's so cold. It's never this cold. And I can't tell if the Oprishniki are listening or not, as usual. Looks like it's gonna be an especially harsh winter. On a different note, what the hell is up with that tree? It almost looks like a giant tower. Maybe it is. In this version of history, demonic beasts have been present since the very beginning. Humanity here evolved along a particularly unique route, in order to combat both the beasts and the perpetual blizzard that shrouded the land. In this world, there is nothing worse than weakness. To die is to admit defeat. Here, strength is justice and justice strength. It is a world of permafrost, where the notion of might makes right has been taken to its logical conclusion. And now Cell and her companions are about to set foot in this alternate history. Damn straight, let's go! Foe! Foe! Morning, Foe! Foe! It's been a week since all that went down. I think I'm finally getting used to my room here. Okay, so it's been a week in void space, but it's been 3 months. Jesus. Hey, we're in a hyperbolic time chamber, you guys. Did we get any stronger? Probably not. Foe. Good morning, Senpai. Are you awake? Of course I am. Okay, then I hope you don't mind if I come in. I bought you some breakfast. Thank you, Mosh. Of course, we still only have rations, and only enough for another 6 days, too. It's a lot better than nothing, thanks, Mosh. We're still continuing our Zero Sale. It's been about a week since we embarked. Fortunately, the enemy organization that took over Chaldea doesn't seem to have followed us here. But I wish I knew how long this was going to continue. Time is one of the fundaments of our universe. But time doesn't intrinsically have a past or a future. They're just axes we came up with to help us keep track of it. As long as time goes on, a little shake-up before or after won't make any difference. But here in void space, time doesn't go on. We won't suffer the effects of age as long as we stay here, but we also don't know what will happen once we emerge into normal space. We might return at exactly the instant we left, or we might find that we've been gone for hundreds of years.
Hey, surprisingly, it hasn't been hundreds of years. It's only been 3 months, so...
I wouldn't be surprised if we just aged instantly as soon as we exited void space, like when Urashima Taro opened the Tamatebako.
That's unsettling. So we're not going to surface?
No, we will, but we first need to ensure it'll be safe to do so. That's not stopping Director Gordol from demanding to surface at 7 o'clock every morning, but still. In fact, it's about that time right now. Shall we go to the cockpit, Senpai? Fo!
Let's go.
I must say, I was relieved to find out the Shadow Border's interior is more spacious than it looks from the outside. Da Vinci says she managed to give it twice as much room by warping its internal space. Thanks to that, we have just enough living facilities to cover the bare necessities. I do feel a little bad that all our 4 staff members have to share one room, though. Fo. Thank you for your concern, Fo. I have special needs as a demi-servant, so I'm staying in the treatment room by myself. As for the other private rooms, oh yes, Director Gordolf is staying in the captain's quarters. Da Vinci has her capsule in the computer room, and Holmes seems to be sleeping in the workshop. Fo. We also have air conditioning and storage room, and an armory, although the new director has prohibited us from going in there. And since we had 2 large cruisers worth of space, Da Vinci and Holmes were even able to make the cockpit/bridge several meters wide. Alright, let's head to the cockpit now.
Enough of this nonsense! You flimsy excuse for a detective! Why do you insist on keeping us here? We must be in a safe zone by now! It is, as I have said, a more difficult question than you seem to realize. We must first discuss how we might even define a safe zone. For example, can we say that we are safe here in void space thanks to a lack of enemies in our vicinity? I'm afraid the answer is a resounding no. For that matter, there are no enemies to be found in void space. Consequently, we need not concern ourselves with attempts at pursuit. No, what we must concern ourselves with is a threat far greater than one that quite literally surrounds us. In other words, my good music, the question is not one of when we should emerge, but of how. You mean to tell me it's not even possible for us to leave? How can you be so blasé about such a nightmarish prospect?
It looks like Holmes and the new director are getting along nicely, Senpai. I'm almost sorry to interrupt them. Good morning, everyone. Cell and Marsh Kirinaito reporting in for the latest status update.
Good morning. Good morning, you two. Have you already had breakfast?
Yes, thank you. I had an Italian cuisine ration myself, and Senpai is just about to have hers.
Oh, so you lower-level employees are stuck with rations, eh? How sad. I had a plate of warm French toast and a tea with extra milk myself. It is, of course, important to my role as captain. The captain needs a lot of calories to have enough energy to keep the crew together. I swear, who do you think you are, hogging all the halfway decent, non-perishable for yourself? Nothing wrong with that. The quality of one's diet has a pronounced effect on one's mental state after all. Those who are unwilling to endure discomfort should make every effort to eat well on a daily basis. Besides, a hot cup of tea is a small price to pay if it helps to eliminate the greatest source of disorder in our little community. Don't you agree, Mr. Munire? Well, I can't argue with that, especially when a guy who's less willing to deal with comfort than anyone is actually managing it. You mean me, not to worry. I still have a store of my own little remedy to fall back on. If the time ever comes when I need to calm my nerves, it should do the trick nicely. Why, I can keep going like this for a month.
Oh,
never mind how strong your willpower is. You haven't even answered my question, Holmes. You just told me it isn't that you refuse to emerge, but we can't emerge. What did you mean by that? And remember, I have appointed you Caldea's new administrative advisor. How about you show a little gratitude for the appointment and now tell me exactly what is going on? I'm not normally particularly concerned with titles, but I must say being an administrative advisor has been a novel experience. To be honest, I'm rather excited to be exercising my own untapped talents to meet this job's demands.
How did that end up happening? Does Director Gordolf have a death wish or something? Well, he already got Da Vinci serving as his technical advisor, right? He probably just appointed Holmes to administrative stuff because he doesn't have any other managers to help him right now. I can hear you, you know. Now come on, Holmes, out with it. Are we going to survive, or aren't we? I'm afraid survive is too broad a term for me to provide a satisfactory answer, but I can at least outline the possible results of our emergence. Strictly speaking, it's not that we cannot emerge, rather, we have nowhere to emerge to. At the present moment, we are voyaging across the void space, a world existing on a negative vector, to put it another way. So in order to return to reality, we need a connection to it. An anchor, if you will. Fortunately, anything should be able to serve as an anchor as long as it exists in reality. So as long as someone here has such a connection, we should be able to escape from this void space. However, we are unable to do so at this time, which means the world itself has been utterly wiped clean. That's ridiculous. What do you mean wiped clean? That there's nothing left anywhere. I'm certainly willing to admit that it was terrifying seeing those, meteoroids. I suppose they were falling to Earth while we were in Antarctica. Given their size, the impact must have been absolutely devastating. No doubt the destruction was many times worse in the Tunguska event. Terrible as that may be, there is simply no way there could have been a cataclysm capable of wiping every nation off the face of the Earth. And of course, let us not forget the Clock Tower. London's Clock Tower has been around for millennia. It is the greatest bastion of magecraft in existence. Guarded by hundreds of defense mechanisms, there's no possible way it could be destroyed. I guess no one ever told him about the Mist City. Did he just not believe what happened with the Mist City? A foul. With all due respect to Gordolf, I'm afraid the Mages Association in London has been destroyed as well. Every single nation, all destroyed with the exception of those of us here. The entirety of humanity has been wiped from existence. Or at least so Kirstadia Wodim believes. Otherwise he would never have been made that proclamation. But that's impossible. The world couldn't possibly be destroyed so easily. It couldn't possibly. Right? You all agree, don't you? Why are you looking so glum? Stop that. Sell! You may be a cheeky little thing, but I can tell you have sensibilities much more in line with my own. Go on, you tell them. Tell them Holmes is making this all up, a fog or something. This isn't the first time this sort of thing has happened. Gordolf, you need to face the facts. Huh? Don't tell me you're serious about this too. Aren't you like me? No, I'm not. I technically saved humanity, but at this point, what did I do? Yes, I technically saved humanity for it to live long enough to be destroyed by something else. God dang it. Foul. It can't be. There really is nothing at all left on Earth. So, when I say it, you actually believe it. Not even my beloved Hawaii, or the Monaco Grand Prix, or the racetrack I always dreamed of visiting one day, the Suzuka Circuit. This is terrible. But then again, this could be our chance to create a brand new organization for magecraft from scratch. What do y'all think? When life gives you lemons, right? And how would we do that when all the rest of humanity has been wiped out? But hey, if you want to make an association of one, go nuts, old man. I'm not old. I may have a year or two on you, but I'm still a dashing specimen in the prime of my youth. All that said, we do have one possible exit point. There's something on Earth to which we both have a connection, and that has a solid chance of existing. The Oprichniki, the black-garbed army that attacked Chaldea. We know of them and they know of us. And that makes an almost complete connection between our two groups. If we were to emerge now, we would most likely do so wherever they currently are. You mean? We'd end up at their HQ. I see. Right into the heart of enemy territory, eh? That would certainly be extremely dangerous. Yes, it would, but we can't stay here in void space forever. The Shadowborn's reserves are running low. We're almost out of food, water, and power. Indeed. We will need to emerge soon, no matter what, but I would like to do so at the best possible time. Fortunately, we have the Paper Moon, a compass capable of measuring standard space and void space simultaneously. We have been using it all this time to look for a comparatively safe location where we can emerge, which is to say, an area devoid of hostiles. Isn't that right, Da Vinci? I take it you're about done by now. Good morning, everyone. It's me, Da Vinci. No need to fill me in. I've been listening along this whole time. In fact, whenever I'm acting as a computer room's bio unit, I can see everything that happens inside the shadow border. Oh god, you can see us going to the bathroom. And what we do in our rooms. Oh god. So don't go thinking you can keep any secrets from me, Gordolf. That goes for you too, Holmes. I like how he just raised his eyebrow when she said that. Now then, I've already got my eye on an area crawling without pre-sneaky. I've also gone ahead and plotted a course to emerge there. As luck would have it, we're even nearing a current that should do the trick nicely. If we head that way now, we could hitch a ride and be carried along that course in about 5 minutes. If we miss this wave, we'll have to wait 10 days for the next one. By that time, the shadow border will be almost completely out of power. So what I'm getting at is, if we're going to emerge, it's now or never. You got it. That's what I like to hear, Cell. Make sure to stop by and thank me for being so amazing later. Incidentally, according to the Paper Moon, this wave will bring us back to standard space approximately 90 days after we left. So that means we'll be emerging around early April in the year 2020. Man, we really lucked out. One wrong move and we could have ended up on a wave that would have taken us there 100 years later. If we'd emerged into standard space then, it'd probably be way too late to do anything. Slow down, slow down. You mean a few days difference can affect our exit time that much? That normal is for zero sail travel? If we emerge 100 years later, the music precedence would be no more than a ruin. You can't do that. That's my house. Notice how much quicker he is to grasp stuff when it affects him directly. Try to remember that everything on Earth has already been destroyed. Now then, it would seem we are faced with a decision. The perfect wave on which we can ride to re-enter reality is nearly upon us. Are you all prepared to take it? There is no telling what the world will look like when we get there. All we can say for certain is at this point that we will be emerging on the All we can say for certain is at this point, we will be emerging on the Oprishniki's home turf. We are very likely to be attacked the moment we appear. Even so. Let's have to take that chance. Let's just stay the course. What are you? Some sort of adventure-crazed nut? Yes? Huh? What was that, Mr. Meteor? I don't know. We collided with something and now the left screw has shut down. We found the void space's border wall. The collision has damaged our armor. Part of the logic formula is missing. What did you say? The armor's been damaged. Why did you impoverished fools use such cheap materials? If I still had my fortune money, we would have been no object. He must have spent all his money acquiring Chaldea. Well, this certainly isn't good. We can't maintain the vehicle's balance anymore. Looks like this is it for our maiden zero sail. At least we should still be able to raise a bow and re-enter standard space, but after that, I think we'll need to step outside to make repairs. Holmes! Quite so. Given the circumstances, our hands are tied. This is indeed the end for our maiden zero sail. All hands prepare to emerge. All done talking, then let's go catch ourselves a wave. I didn't agree to that. Wait, let me get my seatbelt on. All hands, take a seat. You are not to get incapacitated under any circumstances. That goes for you too, Cell. As long as you're strapped in, you won't suffer any serious injuries. Trust me, I speak from experience. Activating Paper Moon, initiating planet navigational chart ± convergence, commencing Shadow Border's docking sequence into reality boundary. Firing existence verification tether into reality space. Oprishniky anchor point confirmed. What's going to happen? Nobody knows. Nobody can even guess, so we must be prepared for anything. The only way we will learn what awaits us when we emerge is to see it for ourselves. Emerging from void space, 30 seconds until arrival in reality space. Zero sail complete, emerging into reality space. Oh boy! Hey, it's the cool thing again! Alright. So, after every single lost belt, will 3 months go by? I'm just guessing, since we most likely have to do this to travel between Permafrost Empire and Anesthesia, the Grand Duchess of the Lost Belt. I couldn't read the bottom part. Anchor points. No battles, still the Empire of Beasts. Start. It's a good point. It's a good thing that there's no battles because I still have no AP. Reality space anchor attached. Reality verification complete. Establishing Shadow Border's existence. Zero sail return successful. I say, I'm alive. I'm alive. My limbs have never felt so solid. It's like I've gained several kilograms since we were in a void space. Attention, an armor plate came loose during re-entry. Further zero sail is currently impossible. Please replenish materials and food supplies and perform regular repairs and tune-ups on the Shadow Border to ensure future safe travels. I see. It's a wonder the Shadow Border held up this well, given the less than ideal circumstances in which we... We did it! We're back on Earth! We can go outside, fresh air at last! I know. I wonder what it's like outside now. We're not bobbing around, so we're probably on land. Quit shoving! I know how you feel, but I can't unlock the door until you settle down. Let's see. First we release this bolt. Well now, I suppose I ought to have expected this. Who wouldn't be curious about the state of the world now, given the circumstances? It is, after all, our home. We have fought so hard to protect it. The miracle of our return from such a perilous voyage no doubt pales in comparison. Indeed, I would expect nothing less from Caldea's staff, though I must say it's a tad too dazzling for me to view directly. Everyone's rushing toward the cockpit emergency exit. Are you sure you don't want to join them, Senpai? Better believe I'm gonna go check it out right away. Not you too, Cell. Damn it, what about me? Is it okay if I leave the monitor for a little, Holmes? I want to see what it's like out there with my own 2 eyes. I'm sorry, Mr. Minura, but someone has to stay here and keep an eye on the monitor. After all, I too have been waiting with bated breath to see what lies on the other side of that door. Of course. Oh, is that so? Fine, what do I care? I'm just a sad, lonely geek anyway. Minura always gets a chef, so why should things change now? The emergency exit is opening, Senpai. We're finally going to have some natural light. Light? You sure about that? It's freezing! How very cold it is. My coat is frosting over. Quick, close the door. Yes, sir. Well, that was short-lived. Oh, I thought I was done for, but that snowfield we saw for a brief moment. Man, that was a close one. Good thing I cranked up the heat. Is everyone okay? It's no better than to just open the door the moment we stop in some strange part of the world. I trust you've all learned your lesson, yes? No more going outside from after zero sail until we finish checking the conditions around the anchor point. Failing to follow that protocol could be hazardous to your health. Now are you all ready to hear my report? Yes, I'm terribly sorry for acting carelessly. So what's going on with that blizzard? It's a perfectly ordinary blizzard, just like the ones we were all well acquainted with by this point. There's no atmospheric pollution and no hostiles in the area. Presently, the Shadow Border is smack dab in the middle of the blizzard. The odd bit is that it's 100 degrees below zero out there. So if you plan to go outside and want to live more than a couple of minutes, you need some serious cold protection. And if that wasn't enough, take a look at this footage. What is this? Is that an aurora? In a sandstorm? It looks like a massive supercell. Huh? How am I supposed to figure out the scale here with the frame of reference? It does look like it's rather big, but... Oh, it's big, alright. Ready to have your minds blown. This storm is literally endless. It covers every inch of Russia, like a wall around the entire world. And the aurora blocks all kinds of electromagnetic waves, so it's completely impossible to break through. I can tell some of you want to write it off as just a storm, but you really shouldn't. A storm can steal apart, level entire cities, even destroy the world as we know it. No wonder people thought of it as a god during the Age of Gods. Remember, storms are the single most powerful source of naturally produced energy on the planet. And one this massive is bound to be raging around with all the energy of a nuclear bomb. It stretches as far as the eye can see. Humanity has yet to invent anything in the way of a vehicle capable of breaking through a storm like this. Nothing could get through this storm. No weapon, no vehicle, nothing. Which means that even once we get the Shadow Border up and running, we won't be able to leave this place. In short, we are trapped in a world about which we know nothing. Yep, pretty much. Now, Godolph. At least we're no longer in any immediate danger. For that matter, the Zero Sail is incredibly dangerous, in its own right, since it inverted our very existence into the negative zone. I believe it would benefit our chances of survival tremendously if we were to regroup here. Well, it is certainly an emergency, and we do need to regroup. Da Vinci, does the Shadow Border possess the ability to camouflage itself? Of course it does. This vessel's designed to handle the void. It's got tons of features. In fact, it has optical and conceptual camouflage. It messes with all the observer's perceptions and senses. And for the moment, we needn't worry about danger finding us from the outside. That, of course, is not to account for possible problems from the inside. Why do we only have one blanket per person? And why are you being so stingy with the heat? Don't you realize it's getting colder in here by the minute? Do you want us to freeze to death? What other choice do we have, Godolph? We've got to save all the power we can right now. Deal with it. Besides, the way things are going, we'll probably starve to death before we freeze to death, since I don't see us finding more food in this mess. Hey, if it comes to that, I bet the new director outlives us all. So we don't have anything left to eat. Don't worry, we still have a little bit left. I'm just saying we need to find more food and soon. Indeed. Food is but one of several problems we face. Let us take stock of our current situation. I've got a reading on the temperature out there. Exactly what technical advisor Da Vinci said it was. 100 degrees below zero. No human could survive in this. As for our position, it looks like we're somewhere in Russia. Russia, damn! So Holmes was right. We have literally fallen right into the Oprishniki's laps. But hang on, how is that possible? I know we were adrift for some time, but how could we reach Russia from Antarctica? We would have to sail halfway across the world for that to happen. Did void space make that possible? More or less, in void space, real-world distances have no meaning. Instead, the distance we can travel corresponds exactly to the time it takes to calculate coordinates and verify our existence. Now take a look at the paper moon. That's a two-dimensional world map. I can see 7 locations that seem to be layered differently than the rest of the map. So they are. I didn't notice at first, since this thing loops around it on itself, but you're right. It reminds me of the 7 singularities that caused the incineration of humanity. Though of course the current circumstances differ substantially. The 7 singularities existed at different points in time, a vertical axis. But in this time period, these 7 abnormal regions exist simultaneously. In Russia, where we are now, is one such region. Are they singularities? It's too early to tell. Given what Kishtaria said during his transmission, I believe these regions are not the past, but God, it's so cold, but I finished looking over the Shadow Border. Nice work, you must have been freezing. In just a few short minutes you were out there, so how's my baby holding up? Well, frankly, it won't be possible to make repairs. For starters, we don't have a logic formula to let us withstand void space. Nor do we have the armor plating we would need to carve the formula into. And well, the energy engine's not in great shape after we overtaxed it. We'll need at least a little time to get it back up and running. It's so cold, but at least it's not as bad now. It should warm up a little once it gets to midday. As long as we avoid working at night, we should be able to get by with just our snowsuits. Glad to hear it. Make sure you grab a hot shower before you catch a cold or anything. This is the one time you'll get to rest up as much as you want. In fact, you'd prefer a hot bath. No thank you, a hot towel will do. We really have to conserve electricity now, after all. Good, let us make matters one problem at a time. At the moment, our most pressing concern is the Singularities-esque location. I trust our new director has no issues with us investigating this land and correcting the problem. New director? No, not at all. As a devoted Magecraft practitioner myself, I cannot turn a blind eye to this matter. If there's a singularity to be corrected, we must do so simply as a matter of course. Furthermore, the Shadow Border's armor is damaged, and we are unable to move from our current location. In which case, one of us must venture out and find someone with whom we can barter or negotiate, and arrange for a suitable replacement for our missing armor plate. And fix the singularity while they are at it. I'll go. I've got this. I see you are quite eager to help, Miss Cell, perhaps even recklessly so, but for the moment I will spare you the lecture. You may not currently have any servants capable of aiding you in battle, but you are still a master. Furthermore, you are far and away the most experienced fighter out of everyone here. At this point, you are the only one who we can send to investigate this area. It will be extremely dangerous as an administrative advisor. I'm ashamed I must ask this of you. Then will you be escorting Senpai as her bodyguard, Holmes? Naturally, I will do so to the best of my ability. Field work is, of course, one of my many specialties. Now, regarding your Mystic Code. Wait, that won't do at all. Director Gordolf? Holmes, you're one of our precious few fighters. It's the only servant capable of handling the situation. I forbid you from leaving this vehicle. This armored car is the last bastion of humanity itself. There must be a combat-ready servant here to defend it. So you are to stay here and do exactly that, Holmes, understand? That is a direct order from your commander. Oh, if it's just that... Oh, if it's just a servant you need, there's another one right here, you know. Or have you already forgotten about me and my genius? You're not a real servant, you're just an imitation who's less any combat ability you may have once had. Holmes is the only real fighter we have, and we can't afford to send him out into a dangerous area we still know nothing about. So, during our investigation, you adamantly refused to cooperate with us, correct? Each and every time we asked you if a certain report was all made up, and said you lot never actually saved the world. All you said was Chaldea fulfilled its mission admirably. Heh, not bad for a youngster like yourself, and yet I commend your attitude. As such, I see no problem whatsoever with my plan. You are a proven warrior, as you demonstrated by repairing the past singularities. What sort of director would I be if I didn't trust a proven master? A poor excuse for one, that's what, and so I am placing my implicit trust in you. So listen up, you are to go on this expedition alone. The rest of us will relay instructions to you from this operations room. Why can't you make Senpai handle this alone? Does that mean you are withdrawing the testimony provided to the inquiry board? Warrior claims that Chaldea has not been sitting around merely twiddling its thumbs for the last year, no more than lies. I'll go, of course I'll go. Indeed, both Miss Cell and the new director are correct. The Shadow Border's destruction would mean the end of humanity itself. It is indeed important that we investigate this area, but we must concentrate the bulk of our efforts on keeping the Shadow Border and the Paper Moon safe. Therefore, I will remain to guard the Shadow Border and do whatever I can to aid the expedition from here. All that said, the fact remains that it would also be reckless to send Miss Cell out on her own. It is 100 degrees below zero outside, and there is no telling what else may be lying in wait. I know that. I won't send her off without a buddy. Let's see, what if you call me an old man? What was his name again? Sote? Picata? Oh crap. It's a cooking method that uses butter and lemon juice. What? A two cell. That's it, manure. Manure. He was gonna figure it out either way. Get your armaments in order. You'll be joining Cell in her expedition. I knew it. Why me? You're an operator. Your job is to man the controls and keep an eye on the monitors. Now that the porter is parked, this is simply the best way for you to make yourself useful. Besides, if worst comes to worst, I know someone who can fill in as the driver. I mean, you're not wrong, but damn it, I guess I got no choice. Wait. I'll go with Senpai. I believe that would be the best possible option. For one thing, I have even fewer ways to be useful here than Mr. Manure does. And I can also fight for brief periods, just like Adana Caldea. I guess that's true, but I don't know. I'm afraid that is a course of action I cannot support. What about you, Da Vinci? I hate to say it, but I do think Cell will need a companion, and Mosh is an old hand when it comes to investigating unexplored areas by now. As long as she agrees not to engage in combat as a servant unless absolutely necessary, and to focus solely on providing support. She is the best partner Cell could ask for. It's not my place to try to stop her. Hey Mosh. Yes, Senpai. Let's go explore this place together. Like the good old times. Of course, Master. I'll be happy to accompany you on this expedition. Good, good. Fortunately, I expected something like this might happen one day, so I suppose this is as good a time as any to show you the mystic code I made for exploring polar regions. Here you go, Cell, and Mosh. Here's a snowsuit I made just for you. Excellent, and be off with you. And whatever you do, do not throw your lives away, understand? You must die. If you must die, make sure that you find a valuable lead before you do so. Seriously, you really need to work on your goodbyes. What was wrong with that? I thought it was quite an encouraging speech. Well, you are serious. You're noble through and through, aren't you? I'm amazed you managed to survive this long without dying in solitude. And just luck out and get a really good mate or something. I'll have you know, I never experienced solitude once in all my life. My tutor, True Forth, was so strict she would barely leave me alone. What an impudent little familiar. If only you acted as cute as you look. He thinks Da Vinci's cute. What do you know? Just don't get any strange ideas with Da Vinci. Oh boy, we're fighting a Lancer. I'm still wanting to know what the heck is this red freaking chest? And it only costs 5 AP? I'm all for that. Alright, we have to fight a Lancer. No! Members restricted, only certain members may join the party. Oh my god, Mosh Kiriraito. This is our only member that we can bring. Oh god. Hey, but she's exactly our level. Oh jeez. She's powered down right now. Okay. Oh wait, I can give her a craft essence at least. That would probably help a lot, wouldn't it? Make sure that she can get her Noble Phantasm up, if anything, to protect herself. Let's go. There we go. It can't hurt to wear a snowsuit over your Arctic Mystic Code. Not that it's likely to do much good when it's a freaking 100 degrees below out there. Listen, I know what Gordolf said, but make sure you don't go taking any unnecessary risks. Just take it easy and focus on staying alive first and foremost. It'd be a hell of a waste if I died now, after all. Don't worry about it. Good, glad to hear it. Oh, and Mosh, I don't want you overdoing it either, got it? I know that you really helped us out back at Caldea. But the fact is, you got serious limits as a demi-servant, so if you encounter any hostiles, you just focus on keeping your distance. All the more so if Cell is in a tight spot, Whatever it takes, you two better make it back here alive. We will, thank you, Mr. Manure. Oh, and Zell, you take this. Oh, this is... Listen up, we're going to investigate the surrounding area first. Once we find something of interest, we'll let you know and I'll tell you where to go. If you can manage to secure a ley line, you should be able to summon servants again. As for your power, you'll just have to make do somehow. Maybe take advantage of a natural phenomenon. A natural phenomenon? I bet Da Vinci and Holmes will figure something out. You're the one who took care of all those singularities. I don't have to tell you what an accomplishment like that is. You've met at least 1 or 2 servants who are crazy enough to answer a summon, no matter the circumstance. So as long as you can get the bare minimum of energy into that spirit origin graph, you ought to be able to summon at least 1 servant. You probably won't be able to get a really strong one though. The magical energy supply here doesn't hold a candle to Caldea's. But even so, any heroic spirit you can get to help you would be a godsend at this point. So do what you gotta to make that happen. Got it. Honestly, I have no idea what's coming. The doctor has gone and so is more than half of our staff. I never thought things could get even worse than they were back in Orleans. But here we are, and just look like back then, you're our only hope, Zell. Good luck. You can count on me. I know we can. Oh, and if it's not asking too much, try to find some fish. Do that and I'll treat you to some of the best home cooking you've ever had. You best. I'm all set too, Master. Let's go. Alright, Marsha. Man, what a blizzard. Bo, are you going to be okay in this cold? He's burrowed into my coat. I think he'll be probably be fine. Foe. Testing, hello, can you guys hear me? You can. Great, it looks like we've got comms working. Not sure what kind of rains we'll get in this storm though. Now then, the first order of business will be to look for a ley line. Here's what I'm thinking, start by heading north and turn east. If you still haven't found a ley line after a while, then you can continue west. Once that's done, come back to the shadow border before you check out the south. What do you think of that? Any thoughts to share? Am I doing a better job than, me? You're the same dependable Da Vinci you always were. Great, glad to hear it. Alright, I'll be checking in every 5 minutes, so if you stop hearing from me, that's your cue to turn around and head back. Got that, you too? Got it. Understood, Da Vinci. Oh, and let me be clear about one more thing. If you encounter any locals, leave the negotiations to us. Even over comms, I can cast the simplest charm spell to win over any ordinary person you run into. Yeah, how's about we don't do that? They'll run away in fear. Maybe we should all use that as a last resort, Director. Charm spells do work quickly, but their effects also wear off rapidly as well. There would be no way of knowing when our unwitting collaborator might return to their senses. As such, I believe it would be both safer and wiser for you to employ your natural charms here. Should we encounter any locals, I believe the best thing to do would be for Miss Zell to initiate the negotiations. Once both parties have reached a mutual understanding, we can then have them come to the border. I see. Indeed, my own natural charisma would be the surest way to succeed. Very well, we shall use your plan then. Da Vinci, is there any pomade to be found in this car? I'll need to make sure my hair is perfect for the occasion. First impressions are everything after all. Sure, I can whip something up that'll do the trick. Damn, Holmes, you played him like a fiddle. Well, I am the world's greatest detective. Besides, I wasn't being entirely untruthful. Guardolf does have a certain dignity, a sort that comes from being raised in a distinguished noble family. And that is something that Miss Zell can and should do without. No kidding. Fafo. Okay, Master, let's start heading north. This place really does go as far as the eye can see, and it seems the temperature has dropped even lower since we left. Yeah, it's really cold. Only colder. You have my amazing Mr. Coat to thank for that. The temperatures you're experiencing right now can freeze hot water or turn a banana hard enough to use as a hammer. Okay, that's enough heading north. Now try going east. Understood. Okay, Master, let's head east. Master, take a look at that. I can see the snow. At what exactly? The pole. That doesn't look like the bands of light we saw in the singularities. What could it be? A skyscraper? A tower? Maybe it's a tree? Whatever it is, it's certainly enormous. Got enemies. What was that noise, Da Vinci? Yep, I'm detecting a hostile from here. It's like a low rank for Phantasmal, maybe a demonic beast. Just one of them, but it's headed away from the east. It looks to be spoiling for a fight. God, let's get out of here, Marsh. Yes, Master, let's head south. Foe. What was that for? I'm picking up a new hostile that sells 12 and 9 o'clock. And another one at her 6. They're surrounded. Oh god, now there's 6 more. Like Cry earlier must have signaled others that they just keep coming. So they know how to surround their prey. These creatures would appear to understand how to hunt. Which means there's an established ecosystem, even in this frigid world. But that is a matter for later. Miss Cell, Da Vinci, I'm sorry to ask you to break the rules right off the bat. Miss Kirito, I trust you know what to do. Make your way through the demonic beast to the south, and return here at once. Wait, what's going to happen if you lead a huge pack of demonic beasts here? Remember, the Shadow Border is the very last bastion of humanity. At any rate, I'll find the weakest link in their formation and try to break through. Mercy orders, please. Alright, just don't push yourself too hard. Yes, Master. Battle one of... Whoa, Jesus.
行ってきます
3 shots.
先輩プールサイドを走りません
Mosh is only level 50. I don't like that.
お任
I
せくだ
don't
さい
like
はい
this at all.
楽しみますビーチアタックバカンス
Oh my god, Mosh has no damage. I don't like this at all. So it has a cooldown of 8 turns. This really blows.
ビーチアタックバカンスですの
So
で
what, are we literally just supposed to take out one, or are we actually supposed to take out all of them? Because I honestly currently do not see Mosh surviving any longer than this.
お任せはい楽しみますビーチアタック
Nice crits, Mosh.
ですので
Good job. There goes one. Thank God. We literally only had to take out one, which means I probably should have attacked the one on the far left, because that was the weakest. I took out the second weakest. Thanks, Mosh. Now let's get out of here. Come on, Mosh, follow me. Yes, Master. We need to make escape while we can. Mosh! A gun? A rifle. In point of fact, judging by the sound, one wielded it would seem by a skilled marksman, considering they incapacitated the beast with a single shot to the head. Finally, we get to meet the locals. Well done. Take this. Are you guys nuts? What were you thinking, running right into the middle of a Krishat pack? Huh? I'm guessing you guys came from the capital looking for something to eat, but you're not gonna have much more luck out here in the boonies either. What the? Oh, beastmen! Yeah, okay, yeah, no, I understand now. They're all beastmen in this area. The only people that can survive aren't actual normal humans. They're beastmen. Makes sense. A wolfman? A werewolf? But what the hell are you guys? Why is your skin so smooth? Wait, please, wait. You just want to talk. Please calm down. Wait a second. Are you guys mages? Huh? Damn it, come on, follow me. Kurishats are cowards, but if you stick around too long, they'll call more friends and overwhelm you. He just tempted that huge demonic beast like it was nothing. Come on, move it. Let's go along with him, Marsh. Alright, I'll bring up the rear master. Damn it, the Kurishats are restless today. What did you guys do to get them so worked up? I don't know. Come on, keep moving. Otherwise, the Kurishats will have you for dinner. Unless the nose attracts a Diavoltron first. I'm sorry, what's a Diavoltron? A giant serpent with multiple heads that can wipe out an entire village easy, as you like. Don't you guys know anything? No. A Diavoltron sounds, like a Orochi, kind of. Actually, it sounds more like a Hydra. Hydras have 3 heads. Okay, we're here. Whoa. Damn, don't please sneak you on patrol. They'll collect my kill as taxes. Listen up. Don't let any other Yaga see you. They're always looking for more sacrifices for the O's pre-sneaky. Oh, pre-sneaky. Oh crap, oh crap. You gotta find somewhere to hide. Huh, what's with you guys? Aha, I see how it is. Those pre-sneaky are after you guys. Come with me. Any enemy of the pre-sneaky is a friend of mine. I think I can help you out. If you have something to offer in return. Master, let's ask for his help. You Khulduin have less pride than I thought. Well, whatever. Let's just take it nice and easy. Hey, if it isn't Patsy, try to stay out of sight. Huh, you smell that weird scent too. Is it coming from those two? It's coming from this demonic beast, obviously. Didn't bleed it out properly. No leisure for the poor, huh? You sure gonna make it through the winter like that? Guess you're not worried about yourself, huh? Haha, nope. I've got plenty stored away. If you ever find yourself running low on food, how about I sell you some on the cheap? But you will have to tell me where your best hunting grounds are. I'll think about it. See you around. Your little friends there wouldn't be with the rebel army, would they? If they are, you know I've got to report them to the old pre-sneaky. So is the Kree and all. If these guys turn out to be with the rebel army, I'm gonna tell the old pre-sneaky you and I are the best of friends. Come on, cut that out. We're not friends, we barely know each other. You sure about that? Because we've been having a good long talk for a while now. Can't you feel everyone else watching us? Damn it. Heh. Alright, let's hurry up and get to my house before anyone else comes sniffing around. This is actually kind of cool, Beastman. Good, they are pretty sneaky, still don't know you're here. Thank you so much. Don't need your thanks. Just give me something as compensation. It's all about bartering, right? Something, huh? What should we do, senpai? But information suffice. Huh, well, what the hell is that? Magecraft-based communication. Since you realize those two are mages, I assumed your kind would possess a deep knowledge of magecraft. But judging from your response, it appears that your kind have only ever heard of magecraft, am I correct? So it's not actually real. I assure you it is. I'm speaking to you in person, albeit from a great distance. Now, as I was saying, if we possess any information that may be of use to you, we are happy to provide it. I don't suppose you know of any good hunting grounds, do you? If the location of the Krishat nest would suffice, then yes, we have found a number of them. Krishat nests, huh? Nice, those things are just pushovers. Pushovers? Those? Well, yeah, you can actually kill them as long as you shoot them or hit them hard enough. Way better than the demonic beasts who just won't die. Very well. I'm prepared to share the location of these Krishat nests. So first, I would appreciate you telling us everything you know about this place. Well, wait. Introductions first. What's your name? Can you tell us your name? My name, huh? They say that if you ever tell a Khulduin your name, you'll be cursed. Excuse me, but what are these Khulduin? I can tell you mean us, but beyond that... It means mage. I've never seen one myself before. There's a whole bunch of them in the Imperial family, right? Then again, Khulduin or not, you don't seem like much of a threat. I doubt you could curse anyone if you tried. True, I've never been very good at curses. I can't curse anyone. Alright, my name's Patsy. Now, who are you guys? I'm Marsh Kirinaito. Sherlock Holmes. And I'm Cell. Marsh, Sherlock, and Cell, huh? Alright, now what are you guys? If they're pretty sneaky are after you, does that mean you're with the Rebel Army? Rebel Army? Hang on, we're not. Where do I begin? Maybe I should try asking some questions. Well, are you or aren't you? First, we have a few questions of our own. I don't think so. First, you need to answer my. What year is it right now? Huh. Holmes is right. That's the first thing we need to confirm. It is abnormally cold even for Russia. It can't possibly be the Russia we know. That could mean we're in a different time period, just like the singularities. I don't know why you're asking such a stupid question, but fine. It's 2020. What about it? I see that. What about that enormous storm? It appears to be nothing so much as a solid wall composed of incredibly powerful wind. Is that normal? Hell no, it's not. Been living here in Russia for 20 years and I've never seen anything like it before. Is it true that what they say about the world getting closed off? It would seem that it is. As of right now, the only place we can confirm it actually exists is Russia. We came here from beyond Russia to see if we can't do something about it. Beyond? You mean from outside Russia? I don't know what they're talking about. What could he mean outside Russia? There is nothing outside Russia, and any land people could have lived on should be long gone by now. I guess they could be from the boonies, but then again, they're not Yaga either. Maybe they really are still other nations out there. Alright, I can tell you got your own stuff you're dealing with, but I'm not gonna pry, not looking for friends. So then, why is a bunch of outsiders like you on the outs of with the Prishniki? Unfortunately, your guess is as good as ours. We still don't even know what they really are. That being the case, we would tremendously appreciate it if you could tell us, what are the Oprishniki? You're kidding me. How did you survive this long without even knowing that? The Oprishniki are brutal hunters. Ivan the Terrible's personal bodyguards. Oh dang, Ivan the Terrible! I remember seeing an image of him before. Alright. Ivan the Terrible? Wasn't he a Russian Tsar? Yes, he was. If you know that much, then more detailed explanations can wait. Wait a moment, Patsy just told us that this is still the year 2020. If it is, why would Ivan the Terrible's bodyguard still be around? Maybe he's a servant. A servant. You guys have some pretty bizarre questions. Ivan the Terrible is alive and well. He's been around for almost 500 years, so he's the oldest Yaga of all. What? I take it the Yaga are your kind. That's right, jeez. You outsiders really don't know anything, do you? How the hell do you all survive this long being this ignorant? You've been living under a rock the last few hundred years or something. And again, they do say that this kind of ignorance is common for mages. Why do you tell us about your history? It's kinda true, we don't know much. So you really have been living under a rock all this time. Explains why you look like the old species. You don't know about the Great Cold Wave that happened 450 years ago, right? The new Ice Age, they say, happened after a meteor struck the planet. Once that hit Earth, turned into an ice planet. It got hit so cold that the old species, the humans, couldn't survive here anymore. You see that none of the other countries were able to handle the cold, so their populations died out. But Russians have always dealt with the cold, so we had it better here. Even so, we still lost about 90% of our population. Hell, we nearly lost the whole damn country. So before that could happen, Ivan the Terrible and the maids developed a plan. We the Yaga are the result. Does that mean you're a mixture of demonic beast and human? What the? Who are you? And why are you so tiny? Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a passing genius, doing what geniuses do. So the people of Russia were combined with the demonic beast via some kind of magecraft. Do I have that right? Yeah, I got it in one. Not that I remember any of it myself, though. I've been a Yaga my whole life. This is my first time ever seeing the old human species. I see. That explains quite a lot. Thank you, Patsy. Now, who are you guys anyway? I'm Cell. We're with Chaldea. Chaldea. An organization tasked with the preservation of humanity and saving the world. Now I have even more questions. Basically, we're here to save the world. Oh, well, ain't that something? So are you like a bunch of idiots then? I understand how fantastical that must sound, but I assure you, we are deadly serious. Well, whatever. Whatever nutty plan you guys got up your sleeve. If it'll shake things up around here, I'm all for it. After all, you're the first outsiders I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, I'll do you a favor and forget I ever heard your nonsense. Just hurry it up with the hunting grounds info. Very well then. Show me a map and I will tell you where to go. You better not be pulling my tail about this. Alright, this is our town here. So this is Yaga Smolensk, and this city is far up to the northeast. It must be Yaga Moscow. In that case, this spot here is one of the hunting grounds I discovered earlier. Just so you guys know, I may hate to be sneaky, but I hate liars even more. Now stay put until I get back, got it? We're not going anywhere, don't worry, we'll hold down the fort while you're gone. Good, but don't go touching my food. I'm saving it all to make it through the winter. Looks like he's gone to check out those hunting grounds. By the way, Holmes, can I pick your brain for a moment? What? What is this place? Why have humans been combined with demonic beasts? That violates one of the Magecraft's strictest taboos. Is this what all singularities are like? It would hardly be unusual for one. What is abundantly clear is that this is not our own history. Still... What is it, Master? Something seems different about this singularity. Regardless, we now know that the opponent you two must face is Ivan the Terrible, a version of him who has somehow managed to survive for approximately 500 years, strange as that may sound. The Prishniki were indeed Ivan the Terrible's personal bodyguards. Now then, Gordolf, allow me to ask you something. Yes, what is it, Holmes? Are you certain the Prishniki you defeated was not in fact human? Oh yes, absolutely, he dissolved into nothing once I socked him with a good golf punch. From the look of it, I would guess he was a familiar of sorts. I concur. I too sensed nothing human about them during my own skirmishes. Originally, those Prishniki were a corps of soldiers established by Ivan the Terrible himself. It is said they dressed completely in black, carried around dog heads and whips made from bristling animal pelts, and only rode black horses. Their job was to eradicate the Tsar's enemies. It is said they would set upon their opponents like dogs, and clean them out as swiftly as a broom gathering dust. They swore absolute loyalty to the Tsar, and committed all manner of unspeakable atrocities in his name. But none of them became heroic spirits. As Gordolf surmised, they are familiars belonging to Ivan the Terrible. Did he make them with his noble phantasm? Did he make them with some sort of skill? Those are certainly the two most likely possibilities. The terror of the Prishniki swept throughout all of Russia after all. It is quite possible that creating them could have become a skill or even a noble phantasm he possesses. Abdul Prishnika is still terrorizing all of Russia. Does that mean Ivan Terrible is the servant responsible for the attack on Chaldea? Alright, he isn't a servant, he's flesh and blood, just like Nero was. Nonetheless, we have far too few options available to us at this point. As such, our first order of business should be securing a ley line. Well, as luck would have it, I detected something that looked like an awful lot like a ley line back when Cell and Mars were making their escape with Patsy. So the tower-like thing is the ley line? Unfortunately, it is quite a ways from your current position. It'd be extremely risky for the two of you to head there alone. Well then, let's just have that third freak take you there. He's already done so much for us. There has to be something in it for Patsy. We don't have time to think about what that thing may stand to gain. The moment these creatures combine themselves with demonic beasts, they cease to be human. Either way, we shouldn't wait for Patsy to come home. We may not be able to convince him to take us, but maybe he'll at least tell us about a safe path. Maybe. Looks like I found myself a real bunch of weirdos. I'd only ever heard about the old species in legends. Seeing how weak they are in person, it's a wonder they survived as long as they did. I guess technically they're our ancestors, maybe that's why I never thought to eat them. I can always leave them to fend for themselves if they don't have anything to offer, but it looks like they know a whole bunch of good hunting grounds. And more than anything, they're new. I've never seen anything like them before in my life. Most Yaga wouldn't be comfortable with that, but oddly enough, it doesn't bother me at all. I know it's things like that that put me at odds with the other Yaga. Oftentimes I'll find myself thinking, asking myself questions like, why do we have to be so strong? Why is it wrong to be weak? And why are we always starving for something, never feeling satisfied? Whenever anyone hears me, they just laugh. They tell me I'm a fool and ask me why I would waste my time thinking about meaningless crap. I know it's meaningless just as much as anyone. I wish I could stop myself from thinking about these things too, but... Patsy. Hey, Patsy. What is it? Are you going to hunting? So what if I am? Sorry, but those hunting grounds belong to the town. Why do you think I only hunt the strays? Those stray demonic beasts belong to the town too. Not that any are straying off anyway, since that spot's been closed down. That's so, fine. I'll just have to find somewhere else to hunt, won't I? I glared at the jackass and turned around and headed off in the opposite direction from the sealed-off hunting grounds. It's not just him. The other Yaga are all keeping their eyes on me too, making sure I don't go messing up their territory. Some demonic beasts are easier to hunt than others. The Krisha tend to be on the harder side, so they'll keep calling in reinforcements until you're overwhelmed. But there are some places it's manageable. Like say a ravine that leads to a dead end. Somewhere the other Krisha can't hear their pack mate's cries for help. Yaga have taken advantage of that and set up hunting grounds and make it easy to harvest demonic beasts. It may not compare to what I hear the old times were like, when they used to breed enough domesticated beasts on farms for everyone to eat. Nowadays, hunting grounds like that, where you can hunt in safety and rest easy knowing the beasts will multiply again over time, are lifelines for us. Which is why it only takes getting labeled as a weakling once for everything to go south. It doesn't take long for a Yaga to die if we don't get enough to eat, and this town is ruthless about seeing the runt of the litter cut loose. The whole town makes it a point to eliminate nearby villages, curry favor with the Tsar, and kowtow to the Prishniki. They know about the Yaga's ironclad law, that only the strong may eat and maliciously use it against us. I know I'm skating on thin ice myself, but there's nothing I can do about it. I can't defy the Tsar. I've got no choice but to run from the old Prishniki. But if these humans I've met really are mages, and they really do end up saving the world, maybe that'll help this constant ache in my chest go away even a little. Of course, I still don't know if I can even trust them. Oh, you can. Don't worry about that. Now, the tubby of our group, you can't. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him, and that literally is not far. Well, I'll be damned. I can't remember the last time I killed this many. With a haul like this, I could still scrape by, even after they pick me clean for taxes. Patsy. What is it? You're looking flushed today, aren't you? This is about my taxes, right? Here, take it. If that takes care of you, what about your mother's taxes? Hey, it's no far off my snout. Your old lady's not pulling her weight anymore anyway. You know as well as I do that this town doesn't need any Yaga who can't hunt. Honestly, I don't even know why you bother paying her share. It doesn't make a damn lick of sense. None of your business. Here, there's my mother's share. The sound has no use for my mother anymore. She's well aware of that, so all she does now is wait around to die. Waiting for the time when she finally starves to death. Jesus. Who is it? Here's some meat. I'll just leave it here. Oh, thank you. I don't know how I can repay you. Don't worry about it. My husband and son will be home soon. Why don't you stay and eat with us? No thanks. She doesn't even recognize my face anymore. They say it happens a lot, so once a younger gets up there in years. They say their memories get fuzzy, so they start clinging to them more and more, until they end up living the rest of their lives in a fantasy world. There's no point in keeping my mom alive anymore. I should just let her die and become one with the earth. It's not like she'll be of any help to me while she's still kicking. Only the strong have the right to eat, and she hasn't been strong for a long time. So then why do I keep helping her like this? I don't know, maybe it's your human side still kicking in. I'm back, your info was good. Bought in my biggest haul in ages. Hard to believe there was that good of a hunting spot right near the town that nobody ever noticed before. Thanks to your tip, I've still got a bunch left over even after paying my taxes. Though I did get a few snide remarks about my haul. Snide remarks? It's a long story, never mind that. What other hunting grounds you got for me? Hurry up and tell me so I can go check it out. Gotta hunt while I've still got the energy. Of course, of course. Very well then, I imagine you may not have much of a response to this next question, but I must ask nonetheless. What can you tell us about that mysterious tree? If anything, I was hoping you guys could tell me that. What the hell is that thing? Do you remember when it first appeared? About 3 months ago, I'd say. Everyone was all excited when it first showed up. The thing was a miracle the star performed for us, but it never actually gave us anything useful. Well, pretty sneaky, never react to it either, so all I really know is that it's just a big damn tree. Are we done now? Because I want to check out those other hunting grounds while... Just a moment, now that we know the full extent of the situation, I'm afraid that information was insufficient. Oh, come on, I don't have anything else I can trade you. Unless you're after my gun, and you can have that over my dead body. No, it's not that. We want a kite. A kite. All you have to do is collect some materials. I can tell you what we need right now, if you like. Now that I have a clear picture of your people's technological and cultural progress, I'm quite certain you should have little trouble finding them. Alright, as long as I don't have to leave town. Thank you, I commend your decisiveness. Good show, Patsy. What do you want with a kite, Holmes? Shouldn't we have traded for food first? The pudgy one is right. It's been too long since I've had a decent cut of roast beef. Not at all. Food's crucial too, of course. But as they say, safety first. That is what you're going for, right, Holmes? Indeed. It will require a bit of brute strength, but we will be taking a page from Benjamin Franklin's book. I see where you're going with this, so you want to connect it to the briefcase? I do. What are you guys talking about? Wait, are you trying to generate power? Precisely. If you want to summon servants again, you will need that Spirit Origin briefcase power in a ley line. That's barbaric. Why, it's downright primitive. Not at all. That briefcase was originally designed to be useful... Not at all. That briefcase was originally designed to be usable even in eras without electricity. All Cell needs to do is to make use of it is to draw a summon circle on a ley line and wait for a single bolt of lightning to strike. Man, I really am a genius, aren't I? I doubt there's anyone else in all of history who could have made the summoning system this streamlined. Being me is so awesome. Alright, so when is the next thunderstorm? Our forecast says tomorrow. Suffice to say that time is not on our side. I'm afraid we must get this kite ready to fly before the end of the day. Now then, Miss Cell, have you ever made a kite before? Not even once. Yes, technically. Excellent, now is the time to put that knowledge to use. Here you go, they were all real easy to find. Now, are you going to tell me about those other hunting grounds? Of course, I'm pleased to make an equitable trade. And this one's far. Probably take me a day to get there. Alright, you guys stay put. Don't go outside and don't eat anything besides the food I gave you. See you later, Patsy. Good luck. Man, it feels weird getting a send-off. I bet it does. Alright then, now it's time for arts and crafts. Remember, without this kite, you will not be able to summon servants. There's no exaggeration to say that the very fate of the world hinges upon this kite. This may be the most important arts and crafts project in the history of mankind. No pressure. No, not that one. That one, yes, you're supposed to cut that one. No, not there. This is so frustrating. I'm sorry, Da Vinci, but it's not always easy to understand what you mean. No, not there. How is the kite supposed to fly if you cut that? No, that's correct. The next cut needs to be on the opposite side. Really? I never knew there was so much to kite making. Oh, I thought you just stuck some poles to fabric like a tent and the whole thing just flies. Here's some more on the senpai. Just relax and take it nice and easy. I have to say though, this is kind of fun. I hope it ends up flying well. Jesus. I can bend the wire we're using for the kite's frame, senpai. I am a demi-servant after all. Don't be silly. In normal form, you're even weaker than Cell is. Alright. I don't like the fact that she called me weak. That took a lot longer than I thought it would. Well, this is an unfortunate turn of events. I can already hear the rumble of thunder nearby. The kite's design should be fine, but we still don't know whether it will fly in this world. The world is enveloped by a raging storm after all. There's no telling how violently the winds may be blowing at high altitudes. Nonetheless, the kite's frame should be steady enough to accommodate extreme conditions. At this point, we have done all we can. There's the thunder, lightning. Great, that was the last part. It might have been a long and winding road to get here, but at least we got here. Now for the most important touch. What sort of picture should we draw on it? Oh, damn it, Da Vinci, I'm a master, not an artist. What? But I was all set to paint a Vitruvian good enough to put on a Voyager. Stop that, you'll frighten the locals half to death. Just scribble some ASCII expression on it and be done with it. Well now, I'm glad you know about that. True, it is important to retain one's sense of playfulness. Miss Kiriraito, would you do the honors of drawing something? Of course, art design is one of my specialties. Don't worry, Master, I'll make sure it's a glamorous kite that will make everyone sit up and take notice. Is it gonna have my face on it? Well, it's certainly one of a kind. I'm sorry, I did my best to convert your face into an Euclidean plane, senpai, but I'm afraid it didn't go so well. I tried my best to convert your face. I was kidding, but she actually tried to put my face on the kite. I like it. It has a unique charm about it, and it should serve to ward off evil spirits. Now, you'd be best on your way. I'm afraid we don't have time to wait for Patsy to return. We're taking the food he gave us? I'll leave him a note letting him know where we are. Okay, Master, let's sneak out of here. It's not gonna be easy. There are a lot more people, Yaga here than I thought there'd be. What was that sound? Anastasia! Where are you, Anastasia? I am here, my sire. Ah, my empress, my beloved wife, tell me, is Russia at peace? Of course it is, my sire. The Oprichniki are fighting hard all throughout the land in order to spread your glory far and wide. Please, rest and do not be troubled. I see. So Russia is at peace. That makes 200 years of peace in Russia. What about the outside? I must spread my glory beyond Russia's borders. I must share it with those from other lands who can only shiver in the cold waiting for their ends. Tell me, how fares Europe in the Far East? They too are at peace, my sire. Europe has bowed to your will, and negotiations in the Far East are proceeding apace. The war is over, and Russia will have their allegiance soon. I see. That is good. No, that is not good at all. Peace alone is not enough. I must press onward with renewed vigor and expand my domain. I must unite the world and ensure its happiness. Amadeus. Very well. So sleepy. Am I dreaming? Good night, my sire. May your repose be blessed with sweet dreams. So Amadeus is here, huh? Okay. Did you get Yvonne's attack under control? Yes, he is sleeping soundly now, thanks to Mozart's piano. Even though the stars from a lost belt, the musical arts seem to have an oddly powerful effect over him. I'm even feeling a bit sleepy myself now. Good. We need him to stay asleep for the time being. We can't have him finding out what's really going on and heading out on a campaign. That'd be the worst possible scenario. We must first be certain that his rule extends throughout the Lost Belt before we do anything else. Then I will entrust him to Amadeus for a while and deal with the rebels myself. The mere thought that there is a rebellion taking place fills me with revulsion. No, not an option. There's no way Amadeus alone can keep the Tsar pacified. If he starts acting up, even I couldn't say what might happen. And I can't stand that. As much as possible, I want to eliminate any chance of surprise from my plan. When I need your help, I'll make sure to call for you, after the Tsar has been safely secured. As you wish. You are my master and I am your servant. I will trust in your judgment. Thanks. That'll be a big help. Pardon me. I hope I'm not interrupting your pillow talk. I'd watch your tongue if I were you, Metropolitan Macarius. You may be the Tsar's mentor, but I am still a member of the Imperial family, and I will not tolerate such uncouth remarks. You wound me, Grand Duchess. I have nothing but the highest respect for every member of the Russian Imperial family. No matter what sort of family they may be, what sort of end the Grand Duchess may have met. How dare you? Wait, both of you, stand down. I don't want to see any infighting. We don't have time for it anyway. Father, your job is to placate the Tsar, right? Then quit following the Grand Duchess around and hurry up with the repairs to the cathedral. Or do you have something urgent to tell us? Did something happen with one of the other lost belts? Of course, this is a very urgent crypto number 1. Today is your lucky day. You finally have a chance to prove yourself in battle. You're kidding me. They already showed up. They have. There's been a disturbance on the outskirts. Their shadow border has emerged here in our own Russia. We haven't even pinpointed their exact location yet, though, so still this is their first lost belt. It will take them at least several days to fully comprehend how this world works. I believe now would be the perfect time to eliminate them, while they are still regaining their balance. I don't want to leave the Tsar's side right now. I'll let the Oprichniki handle them. Besides, Koyanskaya is the one who let them get away in the first place. Why not make her take care of them? Or are you gonna do it yourself? That might give you a chance to be useful for a change. Oh no, I couldn't. Unfortunately, the Tsar's condition worries me as well. So I much would rather not stray too far from Yaga Moscow. As for Miss Koyanskaya, she may well be to blame for this little predicament, but she too is quite hard at work at the moment. I believe her work is of a rather private nature. It is very much in line with her hobbies. Hobbies? She's supposed to be leading the Oprichniki. What else could she be up to? Karak, I'm told that woman has been going around distributing food to the Yaga at exorbitant prices. So exorbitant that they're forced to rob their neighbors of everything they had to even have a hope of purchasing it. I can't believe her. We come all this way and she's still going around picking on the weak. Father, I don't like you, but I can understand you. I believe you are genuinely dedicated to keeping Russia safe from harm. But Koyenskaya, I can't make heads or tails of what she's thinking, or what she really wants to do. I mean, unlike you, she can come and go between lost belts whenever she pleases, right? Then why can't we make her go to one that's a little more civilized? She doesn't need to stick around a destitute world like this one. I'm afraid not. She's not one to change her behavior no matter where she finds herself. In one sense, her actions stem from a love for humanity. That includes driving the weak into tight spots, sneering at them and stepping on them. She will never oppose us or the Cryptors. It's best to think of her as a difficult mercenary who will get the job done as long as you can pay for her services. All that said, I do agree that she has been acting a little too freely. Very well then. I will speak to her and tell her to restrain herself while she is here in Russia. That should ensure she follows your commands as well. Does that suit you, Master of the Grand Duchess? Fine with me. If she's gonna call herself a mercenary, I won't hesitate to use her like one. Though Preachnik, you aren't gonna die, as long as Yvonne keeps dreaming. Tell Koyenskaya to make sure she finishes off Chaldea's leftovers for good this time. They're only human, so they're bound to stop by a town sooner or later. Have her keep an eye on the major ones and take them out as soon as she finds them. Understood. I really must point out, though, how terrible a thing that is for you to say for your former comrade, Kadog Zemlupus. And here I thought you were kinder soul than that. Have these last few months been hard for you? Perhaps you should follow the Tsar's example and get some sleep yourself. I'll admit I've been pushing myself past my limits, but I'm still the same guy I always was. Like you said, Chaldea's people are my former comrades. Emphasis on former. Now as the only master in Russia, in this lost belt, my goal is to ensure it comes out on top. I'm gonna pull off something as master from proper human history never could. I have to. No, you can't. Well, it's good to see you in such high spirits. Pushing oneself too hard is a privilege afforded only to the young after all. Rest assured you have my full support. Kadog Zemlupus, I have nothing but respect for your aspirations and for your determination. But I'll offer one piece of advice. He who does not love himself can never save the world. If I were you, I would think long and hard about where that hostility of yours comes from. Hostility, huh? So he's basically telling me to get over myself and accept that they're my rivals. The hell they are. They just got lucky, that's... You mustn't say things you don't really mean, Kadog. And if you are only bluffing, lies like that will eat away at you. Kadog, you weren't able to save the world. That is simply a fact and one you must accept. They accomplished something you cannot. That is why you must take advantage of this new opportunity to show everyone what you can really do. This is your opportunity to show them how strong you are, truly. To demonstrate how you are a Cryptor, why you are the one of those who were originally meant to save the world. I know, believe me, I know. You can't do anything. So what's this red chest? It is a Mystic Code. Arctic ×1, okay. Hey, new map. Yaga Smolensk. 2 things here for section 2. I'm fine with that. Either way, I kind of want to check out what this Mystic Code is all about. Oh, dang, that looks nice. So Purifying Recovery. Restore HP and remove defense debuffs for one ally. And increase attack and increase NP strength for one ally. And apply evade to one ally 3 turns. Dang, so it's a freaking buffed version of this. It's a buffed version of our original Mystic Code. Chaldea uniform. Right here. Yeah. Mystic Code created in anticipation of the wearer encountering extreme cold. I don't really see how the skirt can help in extreme cold, but sure. I need to level this thing up, but 3,451,800 experience is a lot to deal with. Either way, with that, I'm going to end this very, very long episode 1 of Anastasia Lost Spell number 1 here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one, where we will be going to do Yaga Smolensk, aka Yaga. So until then, see you guys later.